It's December 1st, 2019, which marks the 4-year anniversary of Modern Mississauga Media. Just a short video on some of the things that I've learned, some takeaways, and just a nice way to say thank you to everybody that's helped along the way. December 1st, 2015, I flicked up that proverbial switch to activate the website and the social media, on and on and on. And it's been a great 4 years. I've learned a lot. I've met a lot of wonderful people. I've created some fantastic friendships. I've been fortunate to have been awarded some wonderful opportunities. And it hasn't been all great. Full disclosure, the life of an entrepreneur isn't always easy. And the first couple of years, I would put in 60, 70, 80 hours a week because it was just me and the work had to be done. And as you build a brand, that's what you have to do. You can't just throw in your 9 to 5 and expect things to work. So I guess takeaway one, lots of hard work, lots of heavy lifting up front. This isn't really a lesson. This is just more of a quick story. For my first year of print, which was 2016, January to December, I had a bit of luck. One of my clients had prepaid their entire year's worth of ads all up front. And that massive injection of capital really helped get me through year one. And year one is often the most challenging because you need revenue and you've got to get your name out there and your product and whatever else it is, and a whole host of other tasks for the entrepreneur. So a little bit of luck has taken me a very long way. My second takeaway is it's not always going to be personal. And the reason I say that is I've had some friends that I've tried to do business with, and they're like, Jay, we like you, we like what you do, but it's not in our budget. It doesn't align with our strategy, and you can't get mad at that. Like, you just can't. And you can't play, oh, we've been buddies since X number of years ago, and you can't force someone to do something that doesn't fit with them, right? I know that kind of goes against the traditional sales mantra of find a way. And a no isn't always a no. It might be a later, but I respect and understand all sorts of different avenues of business now that I may not have prior to Modern Mississauga. And we're still friends, the people that haven't said yes all the time, or people that have said, just a flat out no, like, Jay, print isn't in my wheelhouse for the foreseeable future, or I'm doing digital only, or I'm doing something with somebody else. It's not personal. So please don't take any decision personally. And if it is a personal decision, then that's a whole separate conversation for you and your friend to have, or acquaintance at some other point. But for me, I've been very lucky and fortunate to still have the friendships that I had prior to Modern Mississauga and to have developed new ones. Here's one that's weird and a little interesting because you see this face on camera. And for the first 2.5 years, I did not want to be seen on camera. I didn't want to be in pictures. I didn't even want to be in the magazine. I didn't even want my face on the editor's letter, which is kind of something you have to do as a publisher, because I wanted it to be all about Modern Mississauga. I didn't care if people had no idea who was running the company. I didn't care if nobody knew my name. I didn't need to be popular. I didn't need to be known. But the further and further I got along into it, the more and more I realized that as a small business owner, I have to be the face of the company. And the last couple of years of my car reviews, actually maybe the last year or so of my car reviews, I've had my face in them because, again, being the face of the brand and personalizing it. And people buy from people. And I don't say that because, all I want is ad money and ad revenue and this and that. It's just, I'm about creating relationships within the community. I don't need to make $1 million. I don't need to make tons and tons of money. I just want to help the community that's helped me. And I want to provide solutions as a small business owner to another small business owner. And I found, for me, may not work for you, depends on what you do, but for my specific position, lesson I've learned over the past 4 years, be the face of the company, have a physical presence. When you respond to a direct message or anything online in the social media world, even on the website, I found that signing my name off at the bottom, hey, it's Jay, thanks for reaching out, insert answer here. Again, thanks for reaching out. I look forward to insert here, Jay. And I found that it's done a lot of positive good. It sounded stupid. it's done a lot of positive good. It's been great. As soon as I started personalizing my videos, my subscriber count went pretty much on a straight vertical line, and it's continuing to trend up. And I get comments, I know I'm not the most attractive person, and I feel I say my R is funny, I say my S is funny, like my mouth moves to one side or the other. It's just a weird quirk that I have about me. And I was always worried, I'm like, people won't like me. People may be deterred from paying attention to Modern Mississauga Media. But I guess I'm my own worst critic, because it's been the exact opposite. No one said, hey, Jay, you're the most attractive guy out there. But just as far as engagement goes, from views to likes to shares and everything else in between, it's gone up since I put my face on all the videos. So maybe coincidence, maybe not. Here's your predictable, don't give up and stick to it and stick to your plan. Not really the stick to your plan. A quick note on that, pivot if you have to, refocus, readjust. Not everything you do is going to be perfect. Some ideas are going to be just complete flops. Take it as that. Don't completely abandon it, but if you're really, really adamant about it, find a different way to present it. I've had a few of these, what I thought were fantastic, brilliant ideas. I'm like, how can anybody possibly say no to this? When nobody said yes to it, I kind of got my answer, and I figured out why. So yes, your ideas may be great in your head and on paper, but if they're not or if there's no uptake on them, just find a way to, sharpen your pencil or readjust to make it work. What else have I've learned a lot of stuff. I've had a chance to do a lot of cool things through Modern Mississauga, and that's all great and fine. But I treat every event, everything I do as it's, this could be the last time I get invited to, or I get a chance to, or whatnot. So staying humble, and I weird to say this out loud, I try and be as humble as possible. I don't take anything for granted. December 2nd, Modern Mississauga Media could shut down. Anything could happen. It is really loud in the snow and slush on December 1st. So, sorry, I did an aside. I have a microphone on, but I worry that it's going to bleed through. Anyways, just don't take anything for granted. I know it's a cliche thing. I don't like cliches either. But sometimes that's just the most simple and effective way to get the message across. What else can I go on about? I had this kind of mapped out in my head. And for those of you that have watched my videos, I like doing things in one long take. I don't like doing too much editing, because then it kind of comes across as, at least for me, as too polished and I guess over polished. And I like showing kind of the raw side, and I keep the fumbles and stumbles in there. Speaking of a fumble stumble, about 20 seconds ago, my phone had given me a little notification saying it's got low battery. I think I'm at 10%, and I can't see myself because that little screen that blurs out the camera that says low battery. Do you want to close, or do you want the low power mode on? So kind of going blind a little bit, but I'm going to stop the car. You can hear that gear shift. I'm going to close that message. All right, I'm back. Not that I ever left, but anyways, it's been a wonderful first 4 years for Modern Mississauga. I'm thankful to every video. There's at least one of these. I'm really appreciative of all the support everyone's given me, and I'm okay. Who needs to rev in the snow? Anyways, sorry for the aside. So I'm very thankful. I'm very grateful for everything that everybody has done for me and with me. I've learned plenty of lessons along the way, and I'm sure I'm forgetting some, but I might throw those in the description, or just email me or find me on social media and ask me your questions. I'll do whatever. Again, I'll do whatever I can to get you an answer as soon as possible. But it's been a great 4 years. I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot about how to own a business, about myself as well. I probably should not do an 80-hour work week, a few months in a row, because I'll get burnt out real quick, and then I will miss the simplest of things. Like I almost submitted a grant with my name spelled JYA. Like, it's 3 letters. It should be the simplest thing. I've been using it for 41 years and 7 months. But yeah, when you get that deep into it and you don't take a chance just to stop and literally breathe for, a couple of minutes, a couple of days, you'll miss the easy things. I think that's it. I don't want to make this too long. I don't want to start just reaching for things. So yeah, I can't thank everybody out there enough. If you like what you see, feel free to subscribe. I got to work on the ums. Stop saying that. Anyways, thanks to everybody out there for everything. It's been a great first 4 years. If you have any questions on how I do what I do, or why I do what I do, or what I do, or any of the insert questions here, let me know. I have full transparency. I'll pretty much tell you everything you need to know or you want to know about Modern Mississauga. So that's it for my short air quote. I hate air quotes. I'll use them anyway. For my short video, it's almost past 11 minutes. All right, it's going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe if you like what I do. And here's to 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 30, 32 more years. 4 times tables. 4 times tables. I got to go. I'm going to stop this before it gets too long. Thanks, everybody.